And we are live. Hello, guys. It's your girl Sophia, aka Sophie, back on Sophia's football talk. Yes, this on this video here. I was not planning to do another video for today, but I did say that, because I did do an earlier stream today, talking about the Premier League being canceled. Thank you guys for those who tuned in and were commenting in the live chat, and those of you who have commented since underneath the video. I definitely do appreciate it, and I respect your opinions and whatnot. So I did say that, if there's anything news breaking and whatnot, I'll be back. And there it was. Anthony Martial with an interview with France Football, which we need to dissect. Okay, I haven't fully really deep dived into every single quotes that I've seen. I basically am showcasing. I will be showcasing UTD reports Twitter account where the tweets have been tweeted at or shared, I should say. So yeah, shout out to them. Do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and also give this video a big thumbs up. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but we're gonna have a discussion. Is it just me, or do I feel like a lot of what is it with Man United players suddenly now are like, okay, let me speak up, let me share my truth. We had Dean Henderson, got a lot of backlash. Egbai recently, I feel like most people maybe were like, you know what, Bai, we see your point, just because how that interview was maybe displayed, or I don't know, because he did take some accountability as well. It wasn't always just pointing finger at everybody else. um, but when it comes to Anthony Martial, to be honest, I'm literally giving my opinions like right now, real, as we are going through the quotes. So yeah, if that sounds good, like I said, do like the video, and of course also subscribe. Jordan Hyman LFC says, sis, hello brother, hope you're doing well. Jordan is a Liverpool fan, so do definitely check out his channel for sure. Always, supports this channel, comes by and you know engages in the live chat, which I do appreciate. Also join my Fantasy Premier League if you haven't already. Let's just seriously, let's just get into this. This is interesting. This we have to talk about. This, yeah, I was kind of shocked when I saw some of these comments. I was like, what? Okay, but let's dive in. Do like the video, like I said. Do like the video. Okay. Lord Vegas says, hi, Sophia. Hi, Lord Vegas. I hope you're doing well. Fam, hope you're doing well. Okay, so let me just share this screen here because I've kind of screenshotted all the tweets. Yes. Try now. We're being very active on the channel. Okay, we're being very consistent with the channel, growing slowly but steady. Got so far, like I said, we still are at 657 um, subscribers, but we're moving on to, of course, also 700, and after that, 1,000. Okay. Laura Vegas says, good evening from West Africa, Ghana. Good evening, West Africa, Ghana represent. Ghana is a beautiful country. Never been there, but I would love to travel there one day. Looks so beautiful. I mean, we live in Norway, but especially like Aaron, also it is pretty diverse. So we do have, I've grown up with a lot of people from West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and whatnot. So I love the culture, and often do my hair at a lot of Afro salon, um, whatnot. So I do get to know a lot of people from Ghana, especially, and I love the culture. It's beautiful. Love it. Okay, so let me showcase the first one here. So, like I said, we're gonna dive into this, and do feel free to also let me know what your overall thoughts are. Okay, so Anthony Martial. This is a direct quote here. I had a great relationship with Louis Van Gaal the first season. I love to learn, and when a gentleman like him takes the time to make me watch videos of my matches to explain things to me, it is the best. Okay, so little, love to Louis Van Gaal, but not that much love to possibly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially not Mourinho. We know Mourinho and Martial years back when Mourinho was the manager for Manchester United. They were there was beef. There were some toxic energy, not toxic energy. Maybe that's there were. Let's just say it was trouble in paradise. Okay, behind the scenes, it was no roses and peaches. Is that what they're saying? Is that the saying? It was no roses and peaches. Did I just make up that saying? I don't know. Regardless, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Anthony Martial, again, basically talking about Louis Van Gaal. Once Van Gaal, made me come to watch videos to set me on fire when I had scored 2 goals. He wanted to talk to me about running, angles, movement zones, etc. I said I understood, and he said he liked my character. Okay, once again, give you some props and love to Louis Van Gaal. Louis Van Gaal, I did. If we're gonna praise him about something, yes, okay. His whole, management under, you know, or when it comes to managing Manchester United, I was definitely very excited when he first came because I was watching the World Cup back in 2014. The Brazil World Cup. Netherlands went all the way to third place. They played wonderful football. The way that they were playing against Spain in the group stages, I'm pretty sure it was. Could be wrong. I think it might have been the group stages or the round of 16, one or the other. Either way, it was a very good game. It was that game where Robbie van Persie scored that Flying Dutchman. It's the whole meme of that. I really loved it. So very very beautiful, good football. Tactical genius a lot of times. But when it came to Man United, yes, we had like a lot of position based football, but I felt like the football in a lot of times got boring under Van Gaal. But he was and we're going to praise him about something. It was definitely lovely to see the way we were ruining Liverpool. Number one. Number two, the fact that he was giving a lot of youngsters a proper opportunity. Marcus Rashford got his, breakthrough under Louis Van Gaal. When we had several attacking players, especially like strikers, were injured, and he just was like, "Yo, okay, Rashford, this is your opportunity. We ain't got nobody else. You go." He scored, did well. After Martial, we paid a lot of money for him um, to Monaco. He had like a Ballon d'Or clause and all. Obviously, there was a lot of hype around the kid. He did definitely big himself up, but and it's been here since. It's been what, 7 years now? It's been a long time. Um, yeah, it's been a long time, and I just feel like in a lot of ways it just hasn't worked out, and which Martial does um you know um claim or get into during this interview. I don't necessarily know in what way, like how did this interview come by. Was this interview taken weeks ago? I don't know exactly about that, the timeline, but we're just showcasing what should I say, tweets here, so with direct quotes. But he definitely does seem to big up Louis Van Gaal here. We're going to move on to some of the other quotes, but once again, Lord Vegas says Martial is a fantastic player, but he is too slow in terms of pressing the opponent, and I think he has to work on that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing with Martial is that he has a lot of potential, but can we still be talking about potential when someone, I mean, I think he's already had his birthday this year. I don't know, but we're the same age at least, or we're born in the same year. We're both 95 kids. I'm 27. If he hasn't, I'm pretty sure. I don't think has he had his birthday yet. Regardless, he is 27, or he's turning 27. Regardless, the guy, it's not that long until what. I feel like I got something in my eye. I'm so sorry. Ooh, like an eyelash that doesn't want to. Okay, there we go. And to those of you tuning in, do feel free to also share your, what should I say, comments in the live chat as well. Or you can, of course, as well. I have to just fix the lighting here. What is where? Okay, we'll do it like that. And also, of course, do I mean, if you're watching this after the video has gone live, do feel free to you know drop a comment underneath the video, just like some of you guys did in the other stream that I did earlier today, which was talking about the Premier League being cancelled and my thoughts surrounding that. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely feel free to do that as well, but do it after this one. Okay, so let's move on to the next quote here. Eder Marcial on problems with Jose Mourinho. This is where it kind of gets a little bit more juicy, or and whatnot. Let me just mix my smoothie here. Mm, okay. It started with the story of the shirt number. During the holidays, he sent me a message to ask me if I want to take 11. Explained to me that it's great because it was worn by the legend Ryan Giggs. But it doesn't stop here. Um, I tell him that I have the greatest respect for Giggs, but that I prefer to keep my number 9. When I return to the club, I see my jersey with the number 11. The story did not start well. He disrespected me straight up. Damn. Wow. I mean, to be fair, and he does also dive into the fact that Jose Mourinho has been talking about him for for so many times, in the media and whatnot. So right now he's kind of like, F that. This is my chance to say something, you know? So I don't know. This is what he felt. I need to read more of these quotes to really give my opinions, but he's just saying like he felt disrespected with that particular choice there. And hasn't there been moments, several moments where Martial always have to, you know, there has been like in this particular case, it has to be talking about, when Zlatan Ibrahimovic came in, and then later on he does also talk about, I think very soon, Alexis Sanchez coming in and whatnot. So he's always like ended up being kind of swept to the side, and I do see his frustration with that. But when I think about, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, um, definitely he did, when Lukaku left, Romelu Lukaku I'm talking about, Anthony Martial was his guy and he did well and whatnot, but then he kind of had this decline and whatnot. So sometimes he kind of has to take some of that blame as well too, though, brother. Like you have been injury prone and whatnot, but he does speak about it. I just felt like this. Whoa, okay, so that already out of the bat, that kind of started a bad vibe between Martial and Jose Mourinho. And then here, um, he, meaning Mourinho, was talking about me in the press. He likes these games, but he also knows who he is doing it with. Damn, he knows that I am 20 years old then, and that if I say something, it is who will be the young person who lacks. It is I who will be the young person who lacks respect. That's a fair assessment. Like, if you do say something back, you end up being like, oh, why you're talking back? Let's just shut up, But Moreno was, he did have moments where he was talking, bad mouthing a lot when it came to his players, and I don't think that's the way to go about it. I feel like don't be doing it to the press. Talk with each other, you know, behind the scenes. Say what you gotta say behind the scenes, but I just feel like it doesn't really uplift anybody or benefits anybody in general by bad mouthing your own players. Even if it could be, what's the word that I'm looking for? Fair, or it might be justified, but I don't think it is. Anthony Martial says, the second season at Man United, I was the team's top scorer in the first part of the season. Mourinho, brought in Alexis Sanchez, and I hardly played anymore. It cost me dearly. I should have been there. 2018 World Cup. Damn. Wow. So he definitely has some resentment for, maybe that might be the wrong word to use. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that um, Martial is fair to be saying these things now? Was this a little bit unnecessary bringing it up now, or do we understand how he feels? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm generally I'm trying to have like an honest like conversation with all of you, and regardless of you guys being a Man United supporter or not, especially if you guys aren't the Man United supporter, maybe that might be a little bit more to give like an unbiased type of view as well. Jordan Hyman says, DM me, says after the stream. I'll try to remember that. Charlotte says, who was the number 9 at this time? It kind of depends on where you're talking about. I think when it comes to when he was like 20, Early in Mourinho, and then when he changed when his shirt number was changed, it has to have been Ibrahimovic, wouldn't it? It has to have been Ibra. Chris Ryan says Mourinho always seems to alienate a couple of players. He does seem to be doing that, under his spell, under his spell, it sounds to be like a magician, like Leviosa. Ooh, God, with my Harry Potter glasses as well. What I'm saying is, I see your point, Chris. He definitely has seemed to alienate a couple of players over his managerial career. Um, Especially when it comes to Man United, it was Martial, it was Luke Shaw, Paul Pogba, calling Paul Pogba the virus. I did feel like that was a little bit like, I don't know, I'm thinking calling this person a virus. Yeah. But what do we think about this particular part here where he said, you know, once, Alexis Sanchez was brought in, Martial is saying he hardly played anymore. And he did probably, I'm trying to think at that time, because he's speaking about 2018 World Cup and whatnot. He definitely probably did play a lot less, and that definitely hindered him from. But for France, it's a lot of the competition is hard to get into that France squad. They can pick and choose whoever they want. Didier Deschamps, who there is so much great French talent out there. So. Um, but I feel bad for him when it comes to that regard, that he's thinking, dang, like, because I wasn't playing that much, obviously, like, I started great in that season, but then more so in the middle of the season, because and the timeline does is correct, because in that 17-18 season, um January, like about January February 2018, that's when Sanchez came in. Alexis Sanchez, a swap move for Mkhitaryan to go from Man United to Arsenal, and then we getting Alexis Sanchez in return. Yeah, Sanchez, it didn't work out. He also came out, a while back after that, after his period at Man United, saying that within even like this first training day, that he kind of figured out, no, I don't even want to be here. So that kind of says a lot. And we made him our highest paid player at that time. So the dressing room was in distress and whatnot. I remember De Gea talking about contract renewal, making him the best. And I think it was probably also that moment where De Gea was one of the best goalkeepers in the world as well, for sure. So he was thinking like, why is this guy number one? Like, you guys need me more than Sanchez, you know? And then so I see Martial's point here. I see it. But I want to know what you guys think as well. Um, do you see his point? Do you think that he would have had a chance in the what's the word that I'm looking for, in the France national team, like World Cup back then? I don't even know if he would have had. Was he in this World Cup? I mean, not the World Cup squad. Was he in? Whenever they have like certain international games before the World Cup, was he in that? I don't know if he was. I actually generally know if he was. That's kind of my take there. Huh. Interesting. I really don't know. By the way, guys, if you are tuning in, do as I say, uh, like the video. We have 7 likes so far. Can we get the likes up to you know, possibly 50? Can we? Let's move on. There's some more tweets. We're gonna be here for a while probably. Okay. Well, next one. The last 2 seasons, I have regularly played injured. People don't know that. I couldn't accelerate during the 4 months following the COVID season. Solskjaer tells me that he needs me, so I play. Damn. So under Solskjaer, he's basically saying that, yo, there were periods of time where I actually was injured, and I still played. So basically, in a way, he's saying I played even though I was injured. Yes, I was underperforming maybe, but I was injured. So maybe you could have got more out of me. Not maybe, you definitely could have probably got more out of me if I wasn't injured. And I can see that, because I'm thinking, I remember where we definitely overplayed, for instance, Marcus Rashford under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. At least maybe the last year of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer time, up until the Euro Cup last season, or last year, I should say. He had to undergo with the surgery. By that, I'm of course still talking about Marcus Rashford. So yeah, Solskjaer had this favoritism. He was still using players, although they were injured, they were upward. He was overusing players. Where other players should have um, gotten in and gotten an opportunity. Other players should have, injured players in particular, should have rested. I just feel like I don't think it's anywhere beneficial at all with using players that are injured. Let them slowly get back in there. Don't be using them when they're injured and then because it seems like, okay, so he's injured and then he comes back. You think he's fine, but then he gets injured again. Then you kind of have to think, oh, maybe that's because he actually hasn't really fully rested. He hasn't really overcome that injury or healed from that. So, yeah, I see those points. Okay. Next, uh, yet again, it's direct quotes here. Given my game, if I can't accelerate, it becomes very complicated, and I get criticized. The coach never bothered to tell the media. Obviously, I end up getting injured for good, and when I come back, finished. I don't play anymore. Damn. This is here where he also criticized Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he wasn't really criticizing Louis van Gaal. He was kind of praising him. But when it comes to Jose Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he feels like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't really back him in this situation. Like, why are you okay? Yeah, I was being criticized and whatnot, for not playing well. But you know that I'm injured, but you're still playing me and you're not letting the media know that. So it looks like I'm the fool. I get that. I get that. I'm just wondering why these comments and why this interview is coming now, you know? I am a little bit surprised by that. Like for instance, with Eric Bailly also, it was just earlier this week he came out with his comments. And like, why do we have players that do that? Why is it so common? Or is it just because you just easily hear it more from Man United? Because that's what I'm saying. I think Man United is the biggest club in the world because you don't really be hearing that much traction or getting that much like clicks and whatnot from other clubs in the world. When Man United players speak, oh damn, ooh, we gotta know what are they saying? What happens? I don't feel like we get that from. Okay, you could get that some way from like PSG, like okay, Mbappe situation with Neymar and Messi and whatnot. But I just feel like Man United is on a different level, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just biased because I am a Man United supporter, but I'm just saying. I just feel like it's so interesting that we hear so much. Like we're not playing, but we're still hearing something. You know? My God. Those who are just tuning in, we're just kind of going through the quotes from. Um, we're just getting, what's the word that I'm looking for? We're just going through the quotes from Eric by not Eric. Whoa, we did that in a video, particularly earlier this week. We're talking about the Anthony Martial interview, where he's basically slamming, criticizing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho. Right now, we're kind of more so into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But earlier on, we did talk about Mourinho. But I do want to hear, regardless of you being a Man United supporter or a non-Man United supporter, what are your thoughts about these recent quotes, this recent interview? Do you agree with some of the things that Anthony Martial has to say, or do you completely disagree? Let me know. But do like the video, okay? Do like the video, and also subscribe if you haven't already. We have 9 people. Can we get the likes up to 20? Is it possible? That could be great. That could be amazing. But I'm okay. Um, Given my game, if I can't accelerate, it becomes very complicated and I get criticized. The coach never bothered to tell the media. Obviously, I end up getting injured for good. When I come back, finished, I don't play anymore. Damn. Speak your truth. I took it very badly. I had a feeling of injustice. You're asked to sacrifice yourself for the team, and behind you are dismissed. For me, it's almost treachery. Trish, I cannot say the word, but okay. That's all I hate. I can be blamed, but not for being fake. Woo! Okay. Wow. Jordan says, let everyone go over to mine. Says, oh, okay, after the stream, go over to Jordan Hyman's stream. But not now, though. Charlotte says, I don't care. It's just funny to find out who was the leaker the whole time. Are we saying that Martial is the leaker? I definitely am saying that Dean Henderson was the leaker. I'm not necessarily saying that it was Eric Bailly, but are we saying that Anthony Martial was the one that leaks the stuff? Because I don't know. Anthony Martial is mostly focused. Ooh, ooh, what are we saying here? Are we saying that Anthony Martial is part of the leaks? Definitely Jesse Lingard. We already know this. Jesse Lingard. Paul Pogba possibly. Harry Maguire. Some of it, maybe. But I don't know. Damn, Charlotte is saying definitely Martial. Is it? Wow. I don't know. Okay. Anthony says, hi, self. Hi, Anthony. From one Anthony to another Anthony. Hello. We are talking about not you, Anthony. We're talking about the other Anthony, the French Anthony. You are the South, if I remember correctly, you are from South Africa. So we're talking about the French Anthony, not the Brazilian, not the Swedish, but the French Anthony, Anthony Martial. So that says the whole team are leakers. A lot of them are leakers. Good point. Um, damn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's still more. Whoo. Okay. Okay. Anthony Martial. Ooh, this one though. This one. What do we think about this? Anthony Martial on his body language. Basically, I have to display my disappointment after a missed opportunity so that people don't say, ah, he doesn't really care. I tell you simply, I'm a footballer, not an actor. I see his point. You know, when it comes to this, I had to discuss with people, in real life about this because some people just don't really. I feel like we need to respect that people are different and not everybody is like smiley. Some people just have that resting bitch face, They just seem like they're not really that welcoming, and you're like, oh my god, finally he smiles. But like, let him be him. What are we talking about? Berbatov had moments where it wasn't, or a lot of moments where he just did not look like he cared, but he cared, but he kind of looked like he doesn't care. But why aren't we giving Anthony Martial the same grace? Why do we make it seem like, oh, he's lazy and he looks so grumpy, looks so angry? Like that kind of has a racial connotation to it, though. I said it. I said it. I'm sorry. It's always almost like with like a woman. I'm gonna bring race into it because it has some significance. Like like me as a black woman, often get to hear, you're calm, oh, you're smiling, whenever you're grumpy or angry, or when you give out your point, your views and whatnot, you seem to be like the angry black woman, and a lot of times that can also divert into black men as well, with looking uninterested, with looking lazy, with not really giving their all. And I feel like Anthony Martial in a lot of ways has gotten a bad rep when it comes to that he's just lazy, you know. But I always feel like in a lot of ways when he plays that he does give 100%. Just because he's not like, hey, woohoo, yay, that doesn't mean that he doesn't care. Like I don't understand. Like I remember I think it might have been the Liverpool game where he played under Louis van Gaal. He's like 1920 back then. This is years ago, right? He was coming up from the bench, and pretty sure he scored like 2 goals within that game. But he looked like it was like a poker face. But I liked it. I was just like, you know what? That's you. Maybe you're just a person that don't always show that much emotion, but we don't know you on a personal level, and this is your job though. So I just feel like criticizing him for his body language is a little bit, yeah, it's a reach, I feel like. Anthony says, I understand, Martial. Sometimes I be feeling happy until I see my reflection on maybe a phone looking like I'm a little bit grumpy. Yes, exactly. That happens to me too. Like I suffer with, I struggle with anxiety and depression and whatnot. So I have moments when, public transportation, I'm just like, especially I also recently got diagnosed with ADHD. So, certain moments being around a big crowd, I can look like I am angry and whatnot, but I'm not. I'm just like, I'm just exhausted, or I'm just like too much in my head, but I'm not angry at anybody or trying to, be mean or trying to give a bad energy. It just happens. You know what that means overall? It's just that everybody's different. Not everybody's going to be like all the time, sorry, I can't be this all the time. Nope, nope. Some people might think, usually grown up, people be like, oh, you always smiling. I'm like, really? Am I? So maybe that, doesn't always reflect on how you see yourself as well. Um, yeah, that's kind of my point with that. Next, here we're slowly getting there. Anthony Martial again. A lot of people think you have to be a little like a comedian, and I see players who show their rage so that the public and the media think they are motivated. All the media circus does not interest me. I cannot change to please others. Amen. Amen. But I do wonder, who is he referring to when he says a lot of people think you have to be a little like a comedian, and I see players who show their rage so that the people and the media think they are motivated. So people act like they're like, ooh, but they actually aren't really motivated at all. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like maybe he could have kind of gotten by not saying that, because it ends up, having a conversation on like, oh, who is he referring to? I don't know. Interesting. Again, I'm not immune to criticism. When people say that I lack consistency, it's true, and I do feel like it's a fair thing that he says that it's true, because it is true, and I agree with that. He does lack consistency, so it's a nice thing that he definitely acknowledged that himself. Although in this case, he kind of says it in another way. When I have my place, it often goes well. But when I've been used less, it's true that my performance has not been the same. That is a good point. I mean, but I almost feel like that goes for everybody, doesn't it? I mean, the less you play, the more inconsistent you'll be. Doesn't that make sense? If you play more, there's a bigger chance that you'll be more consistent with your. I mean, potato potato, not completely fair, because Harry Maguire last season, Luke Shaw, whatever, played hell a lot of games, but it was still like flip flopping. Or overall, they were consistent with being shit. Though I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna lie about that. But you know, I just find it very fascinating that some of these players like Eric Bailly, Dean Henderson, now Martial is just finding the time to speak out now, even though the Dean Henderson, I was like, hell no, sorry, Dean, just because his comments I didn't feel like was well received, at least, but not by me. I didn't particularly really like his comments. Everybody, I felt like with the English biased. I have made a video about that, and I did feel like I agreed with a lot of it. Anthony Martial, with some of it, I'm just like, a lot of it I also do see where he's coming from. I hope this can be a season where he can turn things around, but he has been injured a lot, though. Let's not dispute that in any way. And last one here that I found is, once again, um, another quote. It's a vicious circle. I'm less efficient because I play less, and therefore I play even less. Exactly what I was saying. When it's like that, I can sometimes drop out a bit. A player like Cavani, he's at 3,000, even 3,000%, even when given few minutes. Huh. Okay. Interesting. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Let me just stop the screen for a second. I'll pull up the tweets again if any of you need it, but this is interesting. Um, I want to know what you guys are thinking. So says, ask me right now. Why is he doing this interview? It definitely won't help him. It makes his standing worse. Maybe he wants to be sold in the winter. That's also what, like, I also am kind of thinking, like, who does this interview benefit? Because I don't have a problem with players having, making an interview and whatnot, but I'm thinking maybe do that after you leave that team. Because I would have maybe appreciated this a lot more if he would have left Man United. You know, then I'll be like, you know what, talk about how it went for you. But giving out interviews like this right now, I don't, and talk about Solskjaer and Mourinho and whatnot. I don't really, I feel like I'm missing a context here. Was he asked about certain, like, was he asked about like his Man United time and how he's been injured and performance and how he's been happy and whatnot. Like I'm just trying to, you know, there's a missing piece here. There's a piece here that's missing. I don't get it. But I do want to hear also what you guys are saying. But Schlots, I kind of see maybe your point. Maybe that could be the case. He wanted to leave. Last season he was at the loan for Sevilla, but Sevilla didn't work out. He was injured, and also at the beginning he wasn't performing very well. So he can't only just focus on I'm not playing. He was giving a chance at um, Sevilla, but it just didn't work out. So sometimes you kind of can't always point the fingers at everybody else. You also have to point the finger at yourself and be like, you know what? I have to take accountability for how things have been going for me and for my performances and whatnot. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Chris says Martial can thrive under Ten Hag if he stays fit. A manager who believes in him. I do think that Eric Ten Hag can get the best out of Martial. Like we're seeing it so far, glimpses of it. If Martial can just stay fit, I think we can get that confident Martial back. That Martial that just gives. It's not like I feel like he doesn't give 100%. That's not the case. He just needs to be fit, like Chris is saying. Delatech says hello, Delatech. Hope you're doing well, mate. Chris says again, the interview is a bit of excuses for his bad performance. Yeah, because I have to be honest, some parts of the interview I was like, oh, okay, I see it. Other parts I'm just like, but like, where are we going with this? Like, what, what are you trying to say? What is the angle with this interview? Because that's what I don't really understand. I just feel like, why does this always happen with our club? Dean Henderson speaking up. Eric Bailly. Eddie Martial. Who else is going to speak up now? Shut up, people. Shush. Shush. I don't have a problem with people's like seriously. Now that I'm thinking more and more about it, although I didn't have a problem really that much of Eric Bailly's comments. Yes, he's in loan. He's at loan at Marseille, but most likely, brother ain't coming back. He already says he's goodbye and whatnot. But I'm thinking, can you guys speak after you've gone to another club? When you moved away from Man United, then speak. But you're still under. This is still your employer. At the end of the day, does that not make sense? I just what? Like the more and more I think about it, yeah. Oh, yeah. Football United TV says, big up, Sophia. Looking forward to the show on Wednesday. Smash a like, everyone. Great show, great channel. Thank you so much, Football United TV. I can't wait for the show on Wednesday. Super excited. Do subscribe to the Football United TV for sure. Football United TV also says Martial is injury prone. Ding, ding, ding. That's why Sevilla didn't go further with signing. Plus, his wages are high. So many clubs are not attracted to servicing those demands. That's that's our own fault, for giving out horrible, dumb wages. Please move on, do better. We have to definitely move on these players that has those dumb, idiotic wages. At some point, they gotta go. But he is, like you're saying, the Football United TV, he is definitely injury prone for sure. Um, yeah, yeah, he is injury prone. He did, early on within the quotes that I read, he did state that, under Ole Gunnar Solskjær, there were moments, periods of time where he was playing, but he was injured. He was called upon. He said, "Yeah, I'll be there, of course." But and then he was criticized, but Solskjaer didn't come out in to the media and kind of back Martial, stating that yes, he's playing with an injury and whatnot. So he feel like kind of maybe not really backed by Solskjaer, and that's why criticizing Solskjaer and Mourinho. But I do like a lot of you guys are saying. I feel like some of his points, like I said, are valid, but he is pointing fingers at a lot of people here. You have to take up accountability, my brother. You have to. Sean says, as a rival fan, I like stuff like this. It brings unrest in the dressing room. Hater. Why can't this happen at Liverpool and Arsenal? Arsenal did have, they did have their first fair share of, dressing room unrest and whatnot. But I just feel like so much happens here, and it annoys me. Deltec says, don't be gutted about this. Dean and Baye did the same too. Just shows how club is being behind the scenes. That's also what I'm saying as well. There have been several, you know, players that comes out and just speak their piece. But is it the best thing to do right now? We have a manager that's trying to do something with this new team where we have this process. Maybe a lot of people don't really like us saying process or we're building something, whatnot. But it's true though. We are. So I just feel like can we not divert the focus away from what really matters to get Man United back into glory days? Hello? Schlott says Ronaldo wanted to speak too, but because he must stay, he stopped the interview. Oh my god, yeah, you know what? What happened to that interview? But didn't he say, yeah, a few weeks? Maybe what, Schlotz? Maybe there won't be an interview because he is staying. Maybe he felt like, what? Once I go, sorry, that's when I'll speak. Maybe he still speak. I really don't know. I just our players sometimes are weird. I don't get it. The text says Lukaku did the same about Chelsea, but the Lukaku situation is a little bit different though. Not a little bit. It's very much different because the way he was speaking because he wanted to leave, and he was flirting. He was like literally twerking to Inter, wanting Inter to come back. Inter, please, Inter, come back. Sorry, babe. I didn't want to leave you. The grass is not greener on the other side. I want you back, baby. Please take me back, baby. That was what he was doing. Our players hasn't really necessarily been doing that. They just feel like we're going to criticize the club. That's it. Anthony says we are suffering with these things because the players don't care about such things as upgrading the club's medical and fitness facilities. I just feel like when these reports and these interviews are coming out, we're taking the focus away from what really matters. We want Man United to be successful again. How can we do that? Especially by getting these leeches out of the club. And who's those leeches? Clay's family. Chris Ryan says this isn't as bad as Lukaku. All Martial did was criticize the managers that aren't here. I agree. Yeah, it would have been completely different if Martial was talking trash or criticizing Eric Ten Hag. Then I could be like, brother, let's not do that. But I just felt like I don't really understand where like what are we getting at by doing this now? You know, you're still at the club. When you leave, like I'm saying, I don't have a problem with players wanting to speak their piece. Do that when you leave the club. You know, that's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm old school with that. I don't know. Teletext says this great news seeing players coming out like that. Is it? This will, in a way, strengthen Glazier's out movement. Maybe this has been happening due to poor management by the owners giving ridiculous wages and other stuff we don't know about. I did feel like I did definitely like, with the. There was so moments, when he was talking about, Mourinho, the shirts, and having Alexis Sanchez come on, and then suddenly being swept to the side and whatnot. So like I said throughout, I don't really disagree with a lot of the things that he's saying. Like I do feel what he's saying, but some of it is it's kind of like, do we really need to hear this right now? That's all I'm saying. But I do hope that the Glaciers Out movement is still going on because, like I said, it's still hashtag Glaciers Out. Anthony says maybe the Ronaldo interview footage is in the archives and will be released when he leaves. Could be the case. Maybe it goes in January and that's when it happens. I don't know. Shaw says good clubs recruit players with a good character. United didn't pay attention to that. But Anthony Martial did say earlier on that what was it? That Louis van Gaal felt like he did have a good character. So I don't think Anthony Martial has a bad character. I don't think he's one of the bad eggs in the club. I don't think it's him. I don't. I generally don't think it's him. Maybe I'm wrong. I think a lot of the bad eggs has left, but a lot of it's still here. You know, a lot of it has still been giving a second chance. Some of it hasn't. So you know, The Football Talk podcast says, big up, Sophia. Smash a like, everyone. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you. Speaking of smashing a like, yes, do that for sure. And also subscribe to the channel while you're at it if you haven't already. We got one more subscriber. Yes, 658 subscribers. Can we get subscribers up? Share this video, this channel with all your friends and family. We're slowly getting into 700 subscribers. And the big goal for this year, we're in September. It's 10th of September. 10th, why I cannot speak, is September 10th today. In like 5 months from now, it's my birthday. You know, your girl will be turned 28, February 10th. Just letting y'all know, you know, just letting y'all know. But yeah, the goal will hopefully be getting 1,000 subscribers this year. But do like, let's see how much likes have we got now. Not that that always matters, or it does because it helps the video to get pushed. We got 30 likes. Can we get the likes up to 20? That would be great. We've actually been here for a while, like 45 minutes. I love your engagement, guys, in the live chat. Chris Ryan says Ten Hag's recruitment has got great character. Martinez has more heart than any other player in the Prem, alongside Christian Eriksen as well. I do agree with that. I feel like when Erik Ten Hag gets to get more of his guys in the club, like it's gonna be we already do see a difference here already. But Martinez, yeah, that's a guy that gives. If there's anyone that really gives 1,000%, it's Martinez, man. The way he's just so good defensively, but also when it comes to the attack, like he goes, the playing from the back, often, okay, the goalkeeper might be a little shaky there, but then Martinez is like, okay, let me go up, let me go more up the pitch, okay, let me get the pass, okay, over to Ericsson. Ericsson, you do your thing. Bruno, okay, Bruno, who you gonna give it to? Okay, I'm gonna give it to Rashford, Jane Sancho. Ba ba ba. Okay, you scored the goal. Telling you, I'm telling y'all, I am telling y'all. But yeah, that's wait. Chris, Chris Ryan says, yeah, Ericsson is Ericsson. Can't hate him. Ericsson. A lot of people, by the way, should we do a vid? I mean, I've already kind of done like a video where I've been rating some of the European clubs transfer window, but should we do a video or maybe ask, the Premier League? We're not gonna have. What do you guys think about the Prem being cancelled? By the way, I did do a video earlier today, but just in case you missed it, I want to hear from some of you guys that I haven't heard from yet. Are you happy that the Premier League has been cancelled? We're not going to be having a game this weekend, not next weekend as well. Just Europa League, Champions League, and whatnot midweek game. After that, we're going to have international break, so we're going to be having international um, matches. I will be doing a watch along for Norway's games, as your girls from Norway live, born and raised here. Probably gonna be here for a while as well. But yeah, where we're gonna be talking about Anibert Haaland, Martin Ødegaard, and so on and so on. So yeah, but I do miss the Premier League already, though. I love the Prem. I love the Prem. So it is a bummer. But are you like, yeah, we get it. It needed to be um what should I say, canceled, postponed? Or are you like, nah, man, nah, fam, it needed to be still going on. I didn't want the Prem to be postponed. We needed the Prem and whatnot. I want to hear your thoughts. Before the Anthony, whoa, your girl cannot speak today. When it comes to Anthony Martial's, whoa, Anthony Martial's, what should I say? Interview. Some of it I do agree with. I don't really agree with completely the timeline of it. That's that. But those of you who haven't shared your opinion about that, do let me know. Christian says, "Joke. I'm sorry. I'm Irish, so my opinion could be different, but I don't agree. It needed to be canceled for one person passing away." Ah, okay, 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 okay. So no, fam, this is a safe place, everybody. I ain't judging. Like I have my opinions. I did a video earlier on today. I said, condolences and whatnot, but just for me, I don't really have that like big attachment to the royal monetary, English one at least. I mean, I feel more of a maybe a little bit more of a bond for the Norwegian royal family, especially our king. Our king is wonderful. Oh God, he's so lovable. So I feel more towards that. But I was just more like, whoa, oh wow, she passed away. Lived for a long time. That was kind of my reaction. Like, okay, rest in peace. But like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna mourn and whatnot. That's I can't sit here and be saying that I'm gonna be doing that because that's not what I feel. You know, it's more like, okay, the family. The Harry not being able to see her before she passed away, that's I felt for him in that regard, but that's about it. But like you're saying though, Chris, canceling it for one person, even though that person is a person that means a lot for a lot of people, but then there's also the other side to it. There's a lot of people that don't really have that connection with it. So I just feel like maybe forcing people to mourn doesn't really make much sense. This is my opinion. Maybe that can be a controversial take, but I'm trying to say it in a respectful way. But this is kind of what I feel. I felt like I'm trying to look at it this way. um, Match going fans. Tickets are expensive. Even let's take it from an match going fan that's outside of the UK. They have to buy plane tickets. If you don't have family, in the UK, that you can maybe stay at, you have to then pay for hotel tickets. I've been to Manchester twice, watched the game twice, and I have family, you know, in Manchester and whatnot. So I've been fortunate that I have family that I can go to, so I don't really have to stress about hotel tickets uh, here and there. But plane tickets, it's expensive. Yes, I live in Norway, but it's not a long plane ride. It's like what, 2 hours or something like that, 2.5 hours or so. But it's expensive because the airline companies know when we're going to certain, like me, especially as a Manchester United fan, they know if we're going to Manchester, you're most likely going to a game. And there's certain dates, they already have it probably in their system that, okay, those dates it's going to be a game. Yeah, we're a lot of people are going to buy tickets. Let's just prompt the tickets even higher. Let's raise the ticket prices, which is of course a shame, but that's how the game works. That's how the business game works. So I just feel like it is um just sad in a way, that we have to, because a lot of people aren't able to get that money back. It's expensive. We have to think about that. And I just feel like sometimes it's unfair when people say, yeah, when people are complaining, like I heard, people here in Norway that was going to the games here in the UK and whatnot, and people kind of criticizing them for being like, oh, why this is like first world war, what's it called, first world one problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for us that live in the Western world, like that's wow, like what, that's not the most important issue. Like, we're not saying that, but like it's our money. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have Bill Gates money. I wish I could have Bill Gates money, but at the end of the day, even if I had that much money, it's still my money. I don't care how much money I have. I want my money back. Sorry, it matters. You know, I just feel like sometimes it's so easy for other people to kind of discredit how other people feel and whatnot, and it's like, come on now, you know. Football means a lot to a lot of people, and some people also said it earlier today in the underneath the comments that was made on the live stream that I did earlier today. People were saying like, cricket is still going on. Um, Rugby, I think, is still going on. There's other sports that's still going on within the UK. So I know football is the biggest sport, but I just don't understand why we are canceling it. Wouldn't it have been even more powerful if we just could have um, still gone on with those games and just had like a minute of silence, had her, had it on the screen, and just people can decide whether or not they want to partake in that. But just forcing people, like, it's not going to be football and you have to mourn, but like people are still going to the pub and other places. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's come on now. I don't know. I just find it to be a little bit, it'll be fake. Chris Ryan says, plus it's more than era. People aren't going to be mourning because they cancel football. They be on Netflix, YouTube, video games, going out to pubs. Exactly my point, Ryan. Exactly my point, Chris Ryan. You're speaking the truth. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because a lot of people do feel, do feel a connection towards the royal family, and I get it. But there's also another side to it that history has shown us that, the English monarchy or the English, the way that the UK or whatever it might be in history that were learned uh, in school or just school hasn't really completely learned us the true story, but that's for another video. That's not really for here. But what I'm trying to say is there's the other side of people from other countries that they don't feel it. They don't feel that much respect and fondness uh, over the family, the royal family, whatnot. So I'm just, and they are entitled to feel that way. It's freedom of speech. So I completely get it. But of course we're keeping it, what should I say, civilized underneath the comments here. But I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. As it says, in a way, I get it because the same thing happened to us when we lost Mandela. Every channel stopped the regular progress and was playing Mandela content day in and day out. Oh, yeah. I mean, we love Mandela over here for sure. Respect to Mandela, Nelson Mandela, wonderful, wonderful. I get that point. That's also what I'm saying. Like I feel like I get both sides to it. I do see it. John says, from the football bubble, it's wrong to postpone the games. But if you leave the football bubble, it's a historical event, and I can understand why it postponed. We can talk as long as we want. The games are postponed. I see that is true. Like it's not me saying like, oh, just because like we're talking about it, but at the end of the day, the games are still postponed. Like me talking about it's not going to change anything. But I just want to have like a conversation. If more people just want to share um their comments and their opinions and whatnot. But of course, at the end of the day, it happened and whatnot. But we still move. We we're still gonna move. I'm still gonna make content. On the channel. I'm still gonna, even though the Premier League games that I was going to have planned for this week, and I was going to do a Man City, Tottenham live stream for today, watch along, and match preview for tomorrow's Crystal Palace Man United game. That doesn't happen, but it is what it is. But I just felt like I just want to share my opinions. The Added Time podcast says, big up Sofia. Anthony giving verbal martial arts on his previous managers. Love to see it. Okay, this guy, I did watch. It is a Chelsea fan, by the way. Love the channel. Definitely do subscribe. Do feel free to leave your socials down below the At a Time podcast. Um, did hear the thoughts about the sacking of Thomas Tuchel and the appointment on Graham Potter, which was very interesting to hear. Had some guests on as well, so do give some love to, like I said, the At a Time podcast. Such a great guy, and much respect to you, my fam. Much respect to you. But the dad jokes and whatnot, top notch. The Football United TV says it's just the law here, unfortunately, which I respect. We do respect the law over here. We're not trying to dispute the law and whatnot. But I'm just trying to say, I just felt like, because I was thinking here, before that happened, the tragic passing. I was just feeling like, oh, international football is starting soon. Like, oh, it's gonna be a bummer 2 weeks. Now here we are, a month away with out Premier League. It's gonna be hard, but we've done it before. Premier. Remember COVID era? What with lockdown early on? 3 months without football. That was football in general. I didn't think I was going to survive that, but I did. Here we are. We're going to do this as well. We still have other things to do. We're going to be, next week it's Champions League. I'm going to be doing Champions League match reaction, the football discussion like we did earlier this week, both on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Wednesday will also be the match preview for the Sheriff versus Manchester United, and it's not going to be unfortunately a watch along on Thursday because the game. Why is the game starting this early? It started like 15 minutes before 7 p.m. here in Norway, and I'm done with work 7 p.m. So 15 minutes after the game has started, that's when I'm off work. That's when my shift ends. So I might be able to watch the second half. If so, I'll just then do like a live match reaction after the game, and we can just talk about what I've seen and the result in general and whatnot. And after that, it has to be, we'll have just fun football discussion debates overall. Maybe we'll have a day where we can talk about, what's the word that I'm looking for? Somebody suggested it earlier, like the best midfielder in the Premier League or something like that. That could be fun. That could be fun. Or will Erling Braut Haaland win the Golden Boot? Dot dot dot. Will Erling Braut Haaland win the Ballon d'Or in the future? Dot dot dot. You know. And it says Don Robbie also said there is a theory that the Premier League canceled the matches to make it seem like they are not money driven, like people claim it is. You never know. You never know. Football United TV says she loves sports, including football, so they feel it's best to step away because life means more than the game. I see that. I see that. But because she loves sports and football, couldn't it be a way to celebrate that? Andrew says because the PL was giving a choice to cancel, they were not forced. I did hear that too. They were not forced, they were giving a choice. But also, then you can say, but by them be given a choice, maybe they feel pressure because if they if when the government is saying like no, you guys can choose, and they're choosing to keep it, they probably would have been criticized as well. Football United says she visited the family of 58 also and have support, so the club may have links with her because of this. Could be the case. Wow, could be the case. Mohammed Rusa Sai Kazan says, okay, good evening everyone. Good evening. Mom says, have you heard of Mark Gobridge on Man United Stand? Yes, I've heard about Mark Gobridge. I used to watch the channel before, but not really anymore. But much respect to the United Stand. Much respect. Okay, we're basically been here for an hour. I did not predict myself to be here for an hour, but we here. Do like the video and all of that jazz. Think we're probably just gonna end it at that. We got 50 likes. Can we see if the likes can get to 20 before your girl leaves? Gonna happen. Oh, by the way, the Football United TV, I just saw your tweet. Thank you for sharing. Aw, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Football United fan says, United TV says, yeah, we should continue football because she loves it. I agree with you, Sophia. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, especially when football did mean something to the Queen, why not, make it a way to kind of cherish her and, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Regardless, like a lot of you guys were saying, it happened. It is what it is. We're still going to make a lot of content here on the channel. Tomorrow, for instance, we're going to be talking about Donny van de Beek. Is what was actually my wait. I need to remember what was my title for that video. Is is there still wait. I am forgetting stuff. Okay, I'm so sorry. Wait, give me a second. What was the name of the title? Yo, why am I forgetting the name of my own video titles? Okay. Ah, is there still a future with Donny van de Beek at Manchester United? We're going to be talking about Donny van de Beek tomorrow, people. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a long time because we have to dive in. We have to talk about what the hell is going on with Donny van de Beek. Has Manchester United broken him? Did they break him? Has my fellow Norwegian Ole Gunnar Solskjær did he break Donny? Did he? We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, 1 p.m. here in Lenaway. Mama Flossie says, evening, Mama Flossie. Much love to you. Much love to you. Football United says, smash a like, subscribe, and please share. I appreciate it, fam. I appreciate it. Do give a like, subscribe to the Football United TV. Okay, head over to the channel and do subscribe. Always shows love, and I appreciate it. Also says she was an Arsenal fan. Don't take it as you will. I heard about that. I did see on TikTok. When the Arsenal players, Terry Henry and whatnot, were meeting the Queen for the first time. That was very interesting. Arsenal fan. Yeah, she wasn't able to watch. Is that? Oh God, I was. But I'm sorry. I hope this is not disrespectful. No, we're not gonna. I was gonna say, they never won the Champions League. Sorry, I'm sorry. Too soon. I'm sorry. Football United says again. Deltek says Ole flop. Is Ole a flop or is Donny van de Beek an Ole flop? Huh? Huh? Lilio says Martial FC going crazy. Oh, they probably are. LOL. Asna? I need to put wait. I need to. You know what? I need to do on my channel starting soon. I need to put on like some what's it called? Like some sounds on my channel here. There's some funny memes out there. Lil Yo, what's up? Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Mom Flossie says she wasn't really a football fan, more into horse racing. I heard that too. Horse racings, though, I do have some thoughts about that. I feel like that might be a little bit of an evil sport. Is that's just me? I don't know. I have like, yeah, horse racing. I do feel some type of way about that. Maybe I shouldn't be diving into that territory. But regardless, if she liked it, you do you, Queen, you do you. Okay, so to wrap it up, let's the most we basically overall within this live stream we did talk about the recent interview that Anthony Martial did. I have some thoughts about that. Overall felt like I did see some of his points, but at the end of the day I just felt like it might have been like, where are we going with this type of interview? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really get what's the benefit of you doing this interview. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't get that. But slamming Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho, whoo! I mean, when it comes to Jose Mourinho, he's been criticizing Martial for the longest time as well too. So maybe Martial was like, "F it, f that shit. I'ma speak my truth." Mourinho, you'll have this. This is my issue. This is where the issue started. You're not gonna paint me to be the bad guy. You're the bad guy. Maybe that's where he came from. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Football United says, yeah, racing was her thing, but the only team to be invited for afternoon tea was Arsenal. LOL. That's hilarious. Mama said Glazers out. Glazers out. Don't forget it. Mama Flossie says, indeed they were, because she couldn't attend the opening of the Emirates. Ah, interesting. I'm learning stuff today. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. But yeah, like I said, the Marcel, I'm just thinking, guys, to end this stream with this question: who's going to be the next Man United player that's going to be releasing an interview? Is Ronaldo? We're still waiting, or is it suddenly going to be, I don't know, Aguirre? Like who are you thinking? Who is? What is still going to be some players coming out with interviews? I'm just, what is happening? Where are we going with this? You know? Anthony says Wan-Bissaka. You rarely really hear Wan-Bissaka. I don't think it's, if it's gonna be Wan-Bissaka, I'll be shocked, because Wan-Bissaka does not really like talking in the media. He's more of those guys that's like, I just want to play football. I'm not here for all of that. It's not for me. Maybe he will. I don't know. Maybe he's one of those that's like, okay, I don't go, you know, right there and be doing like a full on interview, but I'll interview and whatnot. But I'll sneak up and leak some stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's one of those. I don't know. The other text says, is there any kind of approval required in your fantasy? Approval? No, no, no. Everybody can join. Speaking of my fantasy, do join my fantasy Premier, Premier League and the SFT League. Code is right here. I also do have a direct link in my description box. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. But to your question, Daily Tech, there's no approval. You can join. Everybody joins. If you just have the code here, you'll join. There's nothing to it. It's free for everybody. I was supposed to do like a video yesterday talking about how my team did last week, but I just felt like it was unnecessary, because the premise not, it's gonna be a break from now. So for a month. So I think we're just going to postpone that video until the Prem starts again in less than a month from now. And it says Wan-Bissaka will probably release an interview. Maybe. Chris Ryan says interviews will happen because the club push media attention. They definitely do. But I'm just saying, like, the interviews in terms of, like, are they benefiting the club? Or is the interview a way to divert the conversation away or the focus away from the Glazers? Is that what they're doing? Da da da. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Guys, I think we're actually gonna end it at that. This has been a lovely, lovely stream. You guys are amazing. Those of you have been tuning in, being so active in the live chat and whatnot. You guys are dope. You guys know who you are. You're amazing. Seriously, you guys are dope. We have literally 18. No, not. I'm going too far. We got 16 likes. We got 5 people right now watching. Can we maybe move up the likes up to 20 if it's possible before your girl goes? But it's been a fun, fun stream. But we need to end it. You'll see me tomorrow, 1 p.m. CET time, Norway time. I'm gonna be talking about Donny van de Beek. We need to start a proper another debate talking about Donny van de Beek. Does he still have a chance, still a future at Manchester United, or is it done? Maybe the clock is ticking for Donny. Maybe Donny will be leaving in January. Maybe in the summer. Maybe. Even though Eric Ten Hag has come, he still can't get a tune out of him. He won't be able to get a chance. All of that will be discussed in tomorrow's live stream. So do subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up. Join my Fantasy Premier League. N- Everybody can join. There's just, you know, the code, blah, you'll get in. We got over 50 people. I think we got 3 people waiting to get in. So everybody can join. Okay? Mom Flossie says night, y'all. Night, night, Mom Flossie. Chris Ryan says night. Daily Tech says good night, good night. Andy says good night. You guys are dope. Like I see a lot of the same people, some new faces as well. You guys are amazing. We're creating a nice, solid, lovely community over here on Sophia's Football Talk, and I really appreciate it. So I'm not gonna have this outro for that long because I usually do that. We're not gonna do that. So like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me again. Yes, the prem is not premming, if that makes sense. It's not. So we'll still have other videos tomorrow, Monday, Champions League, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Europa League, Thursday, and then other videos after that. Don't worry, we'll still be active and consistent on the channel. That's what we do here. Okay. So peace out. Your girls out. Wait, before I say, I always have to say good night, good evening, good morning. Have a good afternoon to everybody out there, wherever you are in the world. And that's when I can say, peace out, your girl's out.